loving, boo? How you
I
loving?
am loving. How you loving?
Yeah, what? Fabulous. Fabulous.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Like we was just talking in the green room before the show started. I'm doing so fabulous when my exes look at me, they be like, damn, damn, damn.
Damn, damn, damn.
I say, and our Cardi B voice. Oh, all that. What? All that.
Absolutely.
That's
All of
how
that.
fabulous you doing.
Yes. That is
It'd be
how
like,
fabulous we are doing.
that is how fabulous we are doing. You get judged by your exes. Your
Yes.
exes. That's
All
a
of them.
barometer, right? By your exes. All
Yes.
of them, baby.
All of
Hunted.
them.
All of them. Come on, Cardi B. Come on. So before we go further, introduce yourself. Who is the incredible model, actress, television producer? Oh, deliciousness of Dr. Jatea Wiley, Cleveland, Ohio. Tell us.
Well, hello, everyone. First, I want to say thank you so much, Reverend Valerie Love, KAISI, my spiritual mother, my best friend, my everything, for inviting me onto your platform tonight. As she said, my name is Dr. Jatea Wiley. Most people know me as Taya Bell. My spiritual family know me as Harmony. I have done a lot of things in my life, but one of my greatest accomplishments is being a national best-selling author. I am also an inductee in I'm also an inductee in the National Academy of Best-Selling Authors. So that was exciting for me to get that. I am a co-author of 4 books in this moment. And after our quantum leap trip to Dubai, I came back and now I have probably about 50 published journals on Amazon. So yes, it's a very exciting world to be a part of.
Let me take a breath. Let me take a breath. Because the second we were in Dubai and we went over the no content, low content strategy, your face was like, Rev, why you ain't tell me this before? I could have had this done in 10 minutes. And in like 10 minutes, you had what?
Yeah. I actually, it's so easy to do low content, no content journals. And I am a graphic designer. I love making things pretty. And all you really have to do is design some covers, give it a really simple interior, and bam, you could be an author without writing a word. So I'm loving the low content, no content journals. And like I said, I probably have about 50 that are actually published. There are a lot that are in review because the review process with Amazon has been taking a little longer than normal, especially now. But yeah,
Yeah,
having those
now.
books out there, it's an incredible feeling.
Oh my God. What is the feeling like to be so published and to be celebrated and best selling and awarded for being published? You're an accomplished author.
It's kind of surreal because I don't like writing is was never my passion. I always wanted to write a book, but I always struggled with putting my thoughts and my stories into words. So just being able to have accomplished that and to have won awards, to be a national best-selling author, and to be an inductee, it really does it gives me hope for myself to know that anything I set my mind to, I can accomplish. And it also helps me go out there and inspire other people who really just want to be an author. That's one of their biggest dreams, is to be an author, and just letting them know you can absolutely do it and it's easier than you think.
Look at that. So you were in 4 anthologies. First, tell
Yeah.
us what an anthology is for anyone watching that may not be familiar.
An anthology is basically a book collaboration. So my very first anthology was actually a collaboration with the world-renowned Brian Tracy. So that is the one that has the national best-selling author status, and I believe we are best-selling authors in about 2 or 3 different categories. So basically, an anthology is everybody writes a chapter. So whether it's 10 authors, whether it's 20 authors, however many authors, whether it's a chapter, a page, several chapters, everybody has a contribution. So you don't have to write the entire book yourself. You collaborate with like-minded people to talk about a niche or a certain topic that you all have expertise in, you put it into writing, and it can really be done in 30 days or less.
So talk about that being done in 30 days or less. Talk about that.
Well, Reverend Love, she has these ideas that when she says them, you just kind of look up and look around like, where did that come from? And are you crazy? How do you think we are going to accomplish that? So we
When
were
we're
on a
in some
call
of
one
these
morning.
social groups, the looks I get and sometimes if we're on the phone, just like people are just, I know they're like, what is she talking about? I get that a lot. What is she fucking talking about?
Yes, you get that a lot. You've got, because I know how many times I've given it to you. I'm like, Rev, that is not even possible. But
Nah, come on.
everything is possible, especially when it comes to partnering with Reverend Valerie Love. It's all possible.
Because all things are possible with God, and I'm partnered with God.
Absolutely. So I would never forget the call that we were on with the Enlightenment Circle, a group that I was a part of with you. And you said that you wanted us to write a book, What is Beauty? And that you wanted us to have it complete in 30 days, written, edited, and published in 30 days. And if you've ever been a part of any other book writing
Cover
process,
design, everything.
everything,
Yeah.
cover, designed, interior, everything, complete in 30 days. Now, at this point, I had already been a part of 2 other anthologies. So that sounded crazy to me because the first one that I did with Brian Tracy, I believe it was a 9-month process, 3 months to write, 3 months to edit, 3 months before it was published. And the other one, it was just a hot mess. It was not organized well and it took forever. So when she said 30 days, I was like, okay, Rev, yeah, we're going to do this in 30 days. I never tell her no. I just always go with the flow and trust spirit.
I think people don't tell me no. They just be like, what the? And they just go along with it.
I've never said no. I always just go with the flow. So I went along with the flow, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, this is impossible. We had how many authors? Maybe 28?
29.
29. 29 authors. And I'm
29
thinking
authors.
there's no way possible that we are going to collaborate 29 authors. And I believe it was like 28 females and 1 male. So getting 28 females to do anything.
Yeah, actually, we have 2 males or 1 male. Wiz was one. I forget the other one. Do we have 2 males? Yeah, maybe one. Only one male. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I believe it was only 1. So just thinking about getting women to do anything on time. Oh, maybe Marcus?
Okay. I was getting ready to say, did Marcus write a chapter?
Yeah, so maybe Marcus. So 27 women and 2 men. But still, even with 27 women, trying to get 27 women to collaborate and get anything done on time, and especially with most of us being perfectionists and wanting everything to be absolutely perfect before putting it out. One of the things I learned with Reverend Love, perfection is definitely poison, and it's better to get it done and get it out there than to spin your wheels about it for endless amount of time. So when she said 30 days, I just thought that sounded real crazy. But not only did we do it, we did it so fabulously. The cover was phenomenal. All the stories was phenomenal. The editing, everything was just done almost like magic. So that was probably one of the best experiences that I've ever had as an author, even above and beyond the best-selling author and all that I did with Brian Tracy, because when we wrote What is Beauty, this was a book that I wrote with everybody that I loved, had a relationship with, cared about, and we all had like the same goal and the same end in mind. A lot of times when you may do a collaboration book project, and maybe everybody does not all have the same vision. Maybe you don't know the people that you're collaborating with. So the What is Beauty movement, it was more than a book, it was a movement. So it meant a lot to me. It was a project that really touched my soul. So that was probably, out of all the things that I've done as far as publishing, that was one of my favorite experiences, because I did it with so many people that I love. And I feel like our mission was huge. And I feel like we accomplished so much in such a short period of time.
Oh my God, isn't that the truth? And you know what? I love doing things that makes us amaze ourselves.
Yes.
Like, give yourself the opportunity to have miracles.
Absolutely.
Right?
And then have miracles, and then recognize those miracles for what they are. Because like I said, that's not normal to get something like that accomplished in such a short amount of time. So even recognizing what you've done, and taking a moment to sit back, look at your accomplishment, pat yourself on the back, and then go forward with whatever the next thing is. It just really was a great experience. And I think so many people benefited from it. From our book launches that we did nationwide, from the DMV to Cleveland to Atlanta to Miami, 5-city tour. Like that is, we accomplished some incredible things with this book. So definitely was one of my proudest moments and something that I'm really grateful for, that entire experience.
Oh my God. And then you made the calendar to go with it. Talk about that.
Yes, the calendar. We picked 12 of the 29 authors to be featured for a month in our calendar, our What is Beauty calendar. We basically took a picture of the author and one of their greatest quotes, and we put that on a page for a month. And that went over really well. We sold so many calendars. The calendars, when they were shipped to us, the quality was so nice, just like our books. Like most books, you don't have a book that's in full color. Our books were full color every single page. So
Yeah.
it was the quality of the books and of the calendars were top notch. I've not seen a lot like that. So
Wow. And you know what I really love about this book? This book, because it's in full color, it's something like $49.95 on Amazon, right? However, we can sell it for like 20 or 25 because the author price is so much lower. So I think the
yes.
author price, right? I don't remember exactly what the author price is, but even at 20 or $25, it was still profitable. So we had stacks of them. I remember we were at the Miami event and I had a stack of those books. They went like that. Them women were grabbing them books like it was butter. I think they were either 20 or 25, maybe 25 for one, two
I
for
think we did
40
them
or
for
something like that.
25. Yeah.
25. Yeah,
Yes.
that's it. And it was still profitable. And what was the most heartful is that we have all those pictures of all those authors holding the book. So now you're holding a book and you're an author, and you can say you're an author because you actually have published work out in the world. So tell us, what did you do? What decision did you make to put out so many low content, no content that fast? Because I mean, we were back from Dubai, Quantum Leap Dubai, and it literally was a quantum leap. Do you want to talk about what occurred? What was the quantum leap? Because Dubai was on a whole nother level, that retreat.
Yes. The definitely Dubai was on a whole nother level. And I'm just, again, another experience that I shared with you that I am eternally grateful for, especially now that global travel is kind of on lockdown. I
Right?
never thought.
You got on the globe hopping in. You got your
Yes.
5 countries in 9 days, right? Wasn't it 5 countries in
Yes.
9 days?
5 countries in 9 days in January. So I went to Asia and Europe, the places that people can't even go to right now, and we don't even know when that's going to occur. So I do feel like it was
Wow.
definitely a quantum leap. So that was at the end of January, and we were having every morning we would start out with prayer, meditation, and then we would go into our lessons or our content for the day. And when we were talking about ways to make money residually, one of the things that Reverend Love shared with us was the low content, no content. And to me, it sounded like a no brainer because I am always creating, I don't know, I don't want to say pieces of art, but maybe that's what they are. Like everybody always comes to me to do their
They are
flyers,
works of
their
art.
banners,
They're
everything. So
works
I'm
of
like,
art.
I do this already every single day for free. You mean to tell me I can create simple book covers and publish books on a regular daily basis? To me, it sounded like, why wouldn't anybody do that if you have the skill set? And all like I use canva.com, so it's canvas without an S. Canva.com is really similar to Adobe Spark. So Canva is my absolute favorite. You can simply download a template and go out there and start creating covers and start creating interiors and have books created in no time. I think I created 150 covers in one day.
What? 150? How long did it take you? When you say one day, like what's the hours that it took you? The time that it took you?
I would say maybe 3-4 hours max.
For 150 cover journals,
Yes.
covers,
Yes.
different 150 different ones.
Yes, the only reason they're not all up, like honestly, I think to this day I've probably done like 250, but it just takes longer to upload everything one by one than it does to create the content, honestly. So the longest part is actually the upload and then waiting for it to get published. It's not actually the book. So a lot of times, for me, I know the only reason why they all aren't published in this moment is because it takes way much longer to publish it and put it out there than it does to actually create the content.
Look at that. And you have a couple of really powerful niches. So what is the niche, or what are the niches that you're working with these no content, low content books, journals?
Well, I am definitely a cheerleader for the ketogenic lifestyle. So I lost 100 pounds living the keto lifestyle. Keto basically means low carb, high fat. So I built a huge audience around keto. So for me, all of my journals are about keto. The interiors of the journals are all the same, but it's like I want to say 120 pages, and each page is different, and it's a way that you can track your ketogenic lifestyle. They have all types of different, like it's not just blank. Every page has content on it, every page has value on it, and every page you're able to document your progress and take notes. And they have done really well on Amazon, so I'm really excited about putting out more content. My next niche, I'm working on the interior for, I do social media. I love social media. That's what I teach at the Ohio Media School. So my next niche will be social media and how to use social media to brand yourself online. And again, I'm working on those interiors now. So once I get that interior complete, then I'll go through the same process where I start creating different covers for that and pushing those out on Amazon as well.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so let's dissect this because I know the audience is going to have tons of questions. So, first of all, when we talk about no content, low content, what do we mean for those who don't know exactly what what that is?
So low content, no content, your content can be, your interior could be blank coloring pages. It could be simply lined paper, like journal paper. It could be something like with keto, like there's a place for like for you to write your recipes, for you to write your beginning weight, your ending weight, places for you to write down your favorite ketogenic foods. So whatever it is, it's like you're not writing out a book. You're giving people space to either write in, color, or whatever it is that, whatever your niche is for your book. But low content, no content, it basically means you're not actually writing out a whole book or a whole story. You're just giving people places to journal or write out whatever it is, like I said, with your topic. So like, for example, with my social media interiors that I'm currently working on, those interiors, they have places where people can actually plan out their content for the week, for the month, for the year. There's places in there where they
Nice.
yes, they can actually brainstorm and write down who their avatar is or their tribe for their audience. There's so many different pages where people can actually, it's like a brain dump pretty much. So places where you can write
Right.
out exactly what it is that you want your social media platform to look like, what you want your social platform to be, your goals, everything. You can track your analytics, all of that. So basically, once you create it one time though, it's amazing how many different covers you can slap on that same interior and it's considered a different book.
It is a different book. Absolutely. It's a different
Yeah.
book with a different cover, different ISBN. Do you use ISBNs or no? Don't have to
I
with
do,
journals.
yes. Well, Amazon gives you an ISBN, so it's not something that you have to pay for
Yeah.
or worry about. You just click a button and it
Mhm.
generates. So,
Yep.
yeah, I don't believe you can go through the process without using one unless you have your own. So you either have to have your own or you use the one that Amazon gives you. The only reason people would use their own is if they also wanted to put that book on another platform using the same ISBN. Because if you use Amazon's ISBN, you can't then go put it on another print on demand platform using Amazon's ISBN number.
Yeah, and the ISBNs, I think a lot of people go to Bowker or whatever the case may be and buy their ISBNs because they want to have their own publishing company and they want to be listed on Amazon as their own publishing company. They don't want Amazon Digital Services to be listed as the publisher. So let's say you have Butterfly Rising Publications like I do, or you have Keto Queens
That
Publishing,
is my
then you go to
publishing, Keto
Bowker.
Queens Publishing. That's what it's called.
Oh, how did
Look
I
at
know
that.
that? Come on, thank you. Spidey,
Period.
third eye wide open. Spidey sense is still working. Thank you. So,
That's
Keto
funny.
Queens Publishing. right? And then you can go to Bowker and you can buy 10 ISBNs for a bulk, like 200 and some odd dollars, whatever the case may be. And now those ISBNs for each book, when those appear in all of the different places where your book is going to sell, what that's going to trigger is that Keto Queens Publishing is going to show up as the publisher, which is really beautiful. Now, question with regard to this low content, no content strategy overall, how did you decide which brand to go with? Because you have a couple of brands, right? So you're a model and actress. How does Keto Queens and Keto Queens, could you talk a little bit about Keto Queens, how that came to existence, how the social media presence for that blew up? Could you talk about Keto Queens?
Absolutely. Well, I chose Keto Queens as a niche because it is something that I know a lot of people are interested in. So when you are considering your niche, you don't want it to just be something that you love. It's your passion. It's great. You love it. Because if only you love it, that means nobody's searching for it. Nobody's looking for it. It's not going to sell. So you always want to, when selecting your niche, of course, you want it to be something you love and something that you are passionate about. However, you want it to be something that other people are passionate about as well. So when I first started my ketogenic journey and started losing weight, I created an online presence as Keto Queens, and within 30 days, I got 10,000 fans on Instagram within 30 days worth of time. So I knew.
Oh, 30 days, 10,000. Now, we were just talking today about building your tribe. This is the perfect lesson for tonight because, family, we're going to pause here for a moment. If you're not in the 5-day workshop that I'm teaching about how to build your book empire, your multiple six-figure book empire, I'm giving you the exact same steps, the exact same thing that I've used to create six figures and beyond. If you're not in the Facebook group, absolutely go to valerielove.com. You got to pause here for a moment, pause for the cause. Go to valerielove.com and click on the virtual event. I'm also going to link it up below this vid. And what you're going to do is you're going to hop over to the Facebook group where the whole workshop, this whole 5-day online workshop is being housed. Even though we have a lot of lives on YouTube, all of the materials are there. You're going to see that there are units there. You're also going to see notes there from our classes. Everything is organized there for you, and all the resources are there for you. Well, one of the things that you're going to see is what we just covered today. You're going to see the 4 phases of the book empire. So let's talk about those 4 phases. It looks like a pyramid, and your book is at the base of the pyramid. So we're talking about your books becoming the foundation of it. On top of those books is your services, your premium services, because Dr. Jatea, they know I like premium, right? Several $1,000s in a book.
Create a package.
Right, we love premium. And then on top of premium, we have your tribe, of course, your platform, who you're going to talk to. And then on top of that, we have your media at the pinnacle, where now we're talking about podcasts, getting out on TV, radio, mass media publications, newspapers, magazines, all of this. Just like J.K. Rowling did. This is the exact same formula that I use to create multiple six figures. This is the exact same formula that J.K. Rowling has used to become the first billionaire author. So if you're not there, absolutely go. So today is day 3. So each day we're doing a phase of these 4 phases. Today is day 3, your tribe. And did I not talk today in that class about it's quite amazing about getting 10,000 followers on any one platform ASAP and how to do that. And here you're talking about it. You did it. So tell us what you did to get the 10,000 followers.
First thing I want to say on Instagram.
Yeah.
Now on Facebook, it's cool to have a Facebook fan page. On Instagram, it's good to have a Facebook fan page. However, you have to remember that Instagram is owned by Facebook. And when with Facebook, back in the day, you could have a business page and it flourished. Everything was shown to all of your fans and all of your followers. But Facebook, it's a business. I mean, we use it as a social media platform, but it's a business. So now Facebook has it so that only 10%, if that, of your fans and followers are going to see your content when you post it. Therefore, they want you to boost your posts, do sponsored ads, do all of that. Same thing over with the Instagram platform. So what I found was I had my Keto Queens page up for about 6 months. I promise. 6 months. On Instagram, I had my page up for 6 months and I had about 100 followers. Couldn't get my likes up. It was because I had it set up as a business page. And you can switch back and forth between business and personal. The moment I switched from a business page to a personal page, 30 days later, I had 10,000 followers. I was doing the same things, going through the same process. But when you have your page set up as a business page on Instagram, you are not going to get the traction that you want and that you hope for unless you have the money that you want to put out there on marketing and boosting posts.
That's
So
right.
it's
Boosting. Yeah.
I feel like the only thing that people say is a feature that you're missing is the analytics. However, I feel like I can look at my posts and check out my analytics. I can see what people are liking, what they're engaging with, what posts are people tagging other people in. So I just go through and I see what type of content is the most popular. Prior to the thing that we're going through right now, everything that was popular on my page was more so recipes. Now people want to laugh. So any type of funny memes that I share, that's what's going crazy right now. Above and beyond the recipes, probably because people are tired of cooking right now. I don't know. But yes. So you have to keep looking at your analytics because what worked for you 3 months ago might not be what works today. So you have to make sure that you are staying up in front of the curve, so that we say, and make sure that you are looking at your analytics on a daily basis. So I feel like I don't need to have my page on Instagram set up as a business page because I don't want to put a whole bunch of money into marketing when I can do the same exact thing and get the same exact results by having a personal page called Keto Queens. So I think that page now has about 37K on it, and I have a lot of engagement whenever I post anything. Yeah, so that page is always on and popping, and I feel like I have more ability to reach more people by having it as a personal page. So that would be the first thing I would say on Instagram. If you guys want to get to 10,000 really quick, use your hashtags. A lot of people are using hashtags that they made up. Guess what? Nobody's searching for those hashtags.
Nobody's looking for that.
Nobody's searching for what you made up. You might think it's cute, and one of those hashtags can be something you made up, and maybe you can get it to trend. But you get 30 hashtags on Instagram, and until you get to like Kylie Jenner status, use all 30 of those hashtags. So Instagram tells you what the most popular hashtags are by simply doing a search. So if you go to Instagram right now and in that search button, in the search box, you type in like your niche. So for me, keto is going to give me all of the hashtags that are trending for keto from top to bottom in that order. So what I like to do is create sets of 30 that I then save in a platform like Evernote so that I don't have to keep typing them over and over and over again. I might have like 4 different sets of 30. Some of those hashtags might be the same. Most of them are not. But using those hashtags that people are searching for so that when they search that hashtag, you pop up in their timeline, and then they will go to your page, likely if it's something that they're interested in, and follow you or like your Instagram page. So definitely utilize those hashtags. If you do not use your hashtags, you're going to grow a lot slower. And if you don't do hashtag research on a regular basis, then you probably are not going to grow your tribe as fast as you would like.
Okay, so now let's get to the nitty gritty about this. I love this. I love this. Let's get to the nitty gritty about what we talked about in Dubai. I see people, there are 2 different ways that you can sell. One, you can go to where the stampeding feet already are, and you can put your offering product service book in front of them. The other is you make up whatever you want to make up, and then you go out and try to convince people that they need and want it, which will take a huge amount of marketing dollars. Now, examples of both of these, right? Right? Examples of both of these. Example of stampeding feet, keto queens. They're already looking for keto. They're looking for keto recipes. They're looking for what's keto. They're looking for how to have a keto lifestyle. They're looking for how, all things keto. There's already stampeding feet looking for it, and you already released over 100 pounds doing that exact same thing, right? So that's a no-brainer, right? The example of I'm going to make up whatever I feel like making up and then try to
convince people that they need it.
Convince people that they need it would be the pharmaceutical industry. Are you breathing?
Yeah.
Maybe breathing. Maybe I'm and the way they ask it, you start asking right away, am I
breathing?
I'm
Do I
breathing
have
right
those
now.
symptoms?
You have overactive lung syndrome. You take too many breaths. Taking too many breaths. Oh my God. The average person is taking this. Then they got the little graphics, the charts, and everything. The pharmaceutical industry is always doing this. They're always making up something that you don't need. And then through fear and panic, they scare you into go ask your doctor if this is right for you. But ask the doctor if you have a doctor. I don't associate with white coats that much like that. However, these are examples of both. What I teach is why make up something? And I see a lot of light workers do this. I see a lot of light workers say things like, I'm a quantum planetary ascension coach. What the fuck does that mean? Right.
I don't need that.
I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't even know what language you're speaking like that. And then they'd be like, Reverend Val, how come I don't have anybody following me? Well, what are you doing? I'm a planetary ascension coach.
Nobody's searching for that hashtag. Nobody's searching for that keyword.
I need a drink first. Okay. Okay, now let's say a prayer. Okay, now let's talk about this. Right? What the fuck? Let's look for what people. It's so easy now to find out what people want. It's not even funny. Go to Google, go anywhere and do a little bit of keyword research, right? Go anywhere. And if we don't understand how to do SEO, you don't have to be an SEO specialist. You do have to understand some search engine optimization. You do have to have some working knowledge of algorithms, which we'll talk about when we are in the mastermind. You'll find out more about the mastermind family tomorrow. You've got to have some kind of working understanding of this if you hope to reach the masses. So could you tell us, okay, so you use the hashtags are searchable. You can go and find out right now what are the trending hashtags in whatever your genre or whatever your niche is. Then continue. So you use all the hashtags. You went to 10,000 in 30 days. Then what else? Then what happened?
Okay, so you want to also make sure that you are actually providing value. Nobody wants to just see selfies of you. Nobody just wants to see a picture of your cat or your dog, no matter how cute they are, or your kids. Nobody wants to see that. You can share some of that, but always go by the 80-20 rule. So 80% of the time you need to be providing valuable content. 20% of the time, if you want to put up a picture of yourself or the food keto, of course, I put up the food I'm eating, and that's considered value. But if you are a universal planetary happiness coach, then you might not. your value is going to be different than mine. So for me, as somebody who is kind of like a keto coach, all of my content is going to be keto recipes, different keto resources, maybe exercise routines, and occasionally a funny meme, but something that is of value to the person that I call my tribe. So if you're finding that you don't have traction and you're using all the best hashtags but nobody's liking it, I want to put that right in that place as well. Don't do clickbait. Don't use hashtags that are popular that have nothing to do with what you're posting. That's going to immediately turn people off, and somebody that might have been a part of your audience, they're not going to be there anymore. So providing valuable content that is related and relevant to your niche or your topic of expertise. So making sure that you are providing that valuable content and on a daily basis. That's the next step. You have to be consistent. So whether it's daily or even weekly, but you have to have some sort of consistency for your audience, or else you'll start losing your followers, and not because they're unfollowing you. It's all about Instagram and their algorithms. If they notice that you are not putting out a lot of content, it's just like magic. People just start disappearing. So when you are constantly uploading something, it is my intention to try to upload at least every other day. I teach at a school, so 3 days a week I'm working from 9:30 to 10:30 teaching at the school. So those days I'm not putting out a lot of content, but it is always my intention to at least post something every other day. Your best bet is, while you're growing your audience, is to post daily and post at least 3 to 5 times a day.
Mm-hmm. Instagram loves that. 3 to 5 times a day. Instagram freaking loves that. Eats it up like butter. And then now all the platforms love daily uploads. All of them love that because they need content. They need content, right, of all the users to keep operating and to put it in and to keep advertisers coming to the platform. So now, what is the role? How does your book play with your tribe? So now you have the 150 no content, low content books. How does that help your tribe?
Well, it helps my tribe tremendously because again, when I'm talking about 80%, 20%, 80% value, 20% other things, those other things that's also like the products you have to sell or the services you have to offer. So this goes hand in hand, which is why I decided to start off with that niche, because I knew I had about 60,000 people that follow me already that I could put it right in front of. And that's 60 people that are keto specific. That's not all my other social media platforms. I'm talking about 60,000 people who I know love keto right now that I can go put my books in front of between Facebook and Instagram. So of course, and this is like the low content, no content books. I'm selling them for $9.99 or $12.99, depending on whether or not they're personalized. So it's not like it's a huge investment that people have to think about.
Yeah, they don't have to think about that kind. That's not an investment. It's just a simple like, oh, I'll put that in my cart too while I'm at Amazon. What do you mean personalized? Yeah.
So one of the reasons why I was able to create so many books in such a short amount of time is everybody loves hearing their own name. That is probably the favorite sound to people's ears, is hearing their own name. People want their own name to be heard and seen. So a lot, like for example, one of my books says Keto Queens at the top, and it has like a crown, this pretty little background. And then I go through and I actually did my research on the top 100 names from the time period of the people that I'm targeting. So for example, I specifically target people from the ages of 32 to about 57. So I looked and found, I went to the Social Security Administration, went to their website and found the most popular names for that age group. And I literally took like some of the same covers and just used some of those most popular names to put it on like Aaliyah's Keto Journal, something as simple as that, as opposed to my keto journal. So just personalizing it with the name.
Michelle's Keto Journal.
Yep.
Same journal.
Same journal, same cover. I just put, instead of my keto, I put the name instead.
How did your audience like that? How do people like that? I mean, I'm sure they love that.
People love it. If you went to a website and you saw my keto journal or you saw Kelly's keto journal and your name was Kelly, which one are you going to buy? The my or the Kelly? You're going to buy the one with your name on it.
Not only am I going to grab one, I'm probably going to get 3 or 4 of them, because when that one runs out, I'm going to get another one. And you just knocked out all the competition, because now I'm not going to be buying it from any other place because they didn't put my name on it. I'm going to buy it where my name is. I'm going to keep buying it over and over. So when I run out of that one, right? Journals are consumable. So when I complete that journal in 30 days, I'm going to come back and get another Kelly's one. And maybe you have a different design with Kelly. And you got me. You got me.
Yes. So, I mean, I have a name that you're not going to find on any magnet or cup or pen. Like, my name is unique. So for me, I would always just go to the stores when I do a lot of travel. And whenever I go to any like a souvenir shop, I'm always looking for my name, knowing I'm not going to find it. So I think that was why it was so special to me to be able to provide that experience for someone else. Look, here is your name written out on a journal, because it's something that I always look for, knowing I wasn't going to find it.
Oh my goodness. Well, now you can make it with your own name. And like,
exactly.
Oh, look, they put my name on a journal in Amazon.
My name.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I always find my name yet different spellings. So sometimes it's Valarie. It's not always spelled appropriately. You always find Valerie, but there are so many that you don't find. That is a brilliant idea, actually. That's a brilliant idea. I love it. I love it. So now talk to us about, now that you got all those covers created, what's next? So now you said you're going to go into the social arena now with the journals. What are you going to do with the journals? And the beauty of this, you can make as many journals as you want. I know some no content, low content authors that have 6,000 journals out there, 10,000, 3,000. You can have as many as you want. If they sell one a day,
it's so easy to do. I mean, so this takes down like the barriers, like of anything that would stop you in the past, nothing can stop you when you're doing low content, no content publishing. It doesn't matter your age. It doesn't matter your race. It does not matter your educational background. It does not matter your financial status. Everybody can figure out how to go on. As long as you have internet access, you can be a published author of low content, no content journals today.
And that's the key today, because if you go today and do it, you're going to be an author, you're going to be a published author, and you're going to get that prized Amazon author page, and you're going to now finally be in the Amazon store, right? So now, talk to us about what was the hardest part of doing all this, because it seemed like this flowed fast and easy for you. Or are you just doing the Taya Bell magic? Now, I have to tell you something about Taya Bell. She's very magical. She has a lot of fairies that work with her. I do have to tell you that the fairies love her. They're all over her house. She is a fairy. She has a lot of pixie dust. So are you using that? Because if you are, we can't teach that.
Well, when you asked me what was the hardest part, I would say the hardest part is waiting for Amazon to actually review it and publish it. Like, there was no hard part on my end. So I feel like this is.
Help you? Are you using your fairy help and your pixie dust?
No. You don't need fairy. You don't need fairy dust, pixie dust. You don't need a unicorn. You don't need a mermaid fin. None of that. It's really that simple. It's really that simple.
Everything
Rev, I'm reading the comments, and somebody said that there's money in the vortex.
Oh, money in the vortex! Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. A billionfold return to you. We love that. So, Taya Bell, we understand that you didn't have to use your unicorn. You didn't have to use your mermaid fin or the pixie dust or the fairy dust. That this can be done very simply, right? Very simply? Okay. What if a person is not very good with the graphic design? What would you say they should do when they go on Canva? Or how would they implement this strategy if they feel like, I'm not artistic, I don't know how to do this? What would you recommend for them?
The first thing I would recommend is, like we always say, do your research first. If you have a niche that you're very interested in, go to Amazon and type in the name of your niche journal. And I promise you, when you see some of these journals that are like the #1 seller, you'll be like, ooh, that show is ugly. And it'll inspire you. Better than that. Yeah, I promise you, you do not have to be a graphic artist to make this work. I promise you. Like anything, YouTube University is great. All you have to do is look up Canva tutorials, Adobe Spark tutorials, and it shows you how easily you can plug and play. Canva and Adobe Spark, they have templates already there. So all you have to do is literally change the text, maybe change a color. So there are already templates in place where you can make things look great. You have the ability to upload your own backgrounds and things like that. So it does not have to be hard unless you make it hard. Even if you feel like you don't have an artistic bone in your body, I promise you, you can come up with a cover in less than about 10-15 minutes that somebody's gonna love. But yeah, just go on Amazon right now and research your topics so you can kind of get an idea of the type of journal covers that are already out there. I wouldn't copy those journals, but just so you can get an idea of what you can create.
Absolutely. We never copy, we always create. It's just like Wallace Wattles said in The Science of Getting Rich, which is one of my favorite books of all time. It's like my Getting Wealthy Bible, Becoming Wealthy Bible. In there, he said, become rich by the creative method, not by the competitive method. So you're getting rich by the creative method. That means you're creating things out of your imagination. Your imagination is limitless and your imagination is infinite. So you can always pull something new out of your imagination. It's just like a muscle. Just practice using your imagination. Right?
Absolutely.
And most of us are making up big old stories in our life anyway. They just cause pain instead of money. Yes. You're already using that imagination for something.
Now that's good. That was a tweetable moment, you guys. If you didn't write that down, you should. That was powerful.
That's what I see in coaching anyway. People that make up these stories, oh my God, and they're so painful. And I'm like, wow, you can make up stories for profit because you're good at it.
Wow, that one hit me in a special place. That made me sit back like, wait, wow.
Aren't we
And
all
thinking
making up
about all
stories?
the stories I've made up, even though with these last couple of weeks, just all the stories you make up in your mind, all the things you worry about, use that energy for something creative that'll make you money. You are absolutely right. Thank you for that.
Ooh, come on. And especially this time, in this day and age, I mean, we don't have time to sit around and make up crazy stories. We all get to be creative. And look at Dr. B is saying, hey, Taya. So that's your
Hey.
sister from also attended our Quantum Leap Dubai retreat. So what would you tell people, Dr. Jataya Wiley, before we start wrapping up? What would you tell people that are having challenges? They don't know what to write, or they're procrastinating, or maybe they wrote one book and now they're ready to do 2 or 3 or 150. What would you say to people?
I would say, first of all, just do it. There are so many different ways that you can become a published author now. You can sit there and think about it. One of the things that I do want to share, when we were talking about like the quantum leap and getting to Dubai and how I didn't know how I was going to get there. And usually, what I would have normally done, I saw no way possible because I had like 15 days notice or something like that. I saw no way possible. And normally what I would do is I might come up with this great idea or this great plan, and then there was no execution because I was so concerned with writing everything out front, back, writing all this notes, doing all this research, making everything pretty, creating a website, creating brochures instead of just doing the thing. So one of the things that the quantum leap experience taught me was just do it. Just put something out there. And if it is something that you know in your spirit and you know that is for you, the universe will open up ways unimaginable just to make that happen. So for me, it's like, if you are procrastinating with putting something out there, just know that there's somebody right now that might be waiting on you to show up with that book or with that journal that could help them, that could save their life, that can do amazing things. And you just don't know who you're going to touch with your work. So I would say, study long, study wrong, just do it. And now more than ever, people need inspiration, they need motivation, they need something to hold on to, they need that glimmer of hope. People are really needing that right now. So anything that you have that you can provide, do it now. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for?
I don't know. I don't know what we're waiting for. It took me 10 years to write and publish my first book. And I tell you one thing, in today's marketplace, you can have a book published in 10 minutes as
10
I'm
minutes.
listening to this.
10
Oh my
minutes.
goodness, I went from one page down to 10 minutes. Oh my goodness. Now, quick question that I had, logistics. Do you use the interior creators that they have online? We know that they have some interior creators online, some templates online for inside journals, lines, special blocks. For people love the bullet journals with the bullets in them, special pages. Do you use any of the template generators, or you create them?
Absolutely. What I love about this is make it easy for yourself. And my Reverend
Come
Valerie
on,
Love knows.
talk about it.
Make it easy for yourself. Like,
Don't do stuff
why?
that other people already did. Somebody else already did
Period.
this.
Period. There's so many free templates out there, and there are paid templates out there. So even for my keto journal, it's like I said, 120 pages long, but somebody else created these beautiful interiors. So why, if especially like, if I know that's what I want inside anyway, and a lot of these interiors, when you buy them, you can customize them. So you can take the time to customize them. They give you, like, when you're buying these, you have the rights to them. So it's kind of like
That's what I was
PLR.
going to say. That this is not copyright that we're stealing from somewhere. This is a template that you're either paying to use or a template that is provided. There even are some free templates that people do provide online as well, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
So I'm
Uh-huh.
talking about templates that I have paid to have the rights to. So if you
There.
like, and it's not expensive. I believe the keto one I purchased was like $39.95. And the
Look at that.
amount of
And for
work that that original,
$39.95, it's unlimited how much money you can make from
yes,
$39.95.
because I can put 6,000 journals out there off of this one $39.95.
2,000 journals
So
for $139.95.
yes,
Oh,
so it's a no-brainer. Why would I? Because when I that would have been my biggest hang up when I said don't procrastinate and just get it done. That if that interior was not available to me, I probably would not have had one book published by now, and we've been back for 2 months. I would not have had one book published by now because I would have been doing the research, writing it out, switching it up, not being happy with it. So this took away all of that. I paid for something that was already beautifully done. I have the right to customize it. They sent me those files, but it was so super sexy. I didn't want to customize anything. I left it as is. I didn't feel the need. It was already perfect. Just do it. Now, maybe down the line, I might want to customize it. I might want to put my logo on every page. Why do all of that? Just get it done. Get it out there. If you want to go back and perfect it later, you can.
Look at that. That's the key that people are missing. People are not in the fire, ready, aim. They're in the aim, ready, ready.
Nope.
Ready. 5 years later, getting ready. They ain't fired a gun yet. I will fire.
Don't even have the bullets yet, Rev. They don't even have the bullets
yet. And I'm fired. Hello. I just got a cover design today. So for those who don't, by the way, if you are in the Facebook group, if you go to the unit where it says Book Empire Resources, you're going to pull up a lot of the resources for what we're talking about. You're going to pull up a lot of the resources for keyword research. You're going to pull up resources on that document. It is the Book Empire Resources. It's in the Facebook group. Go to valerielove.com and click on attend the virtual live event so that you can get access to the Facebook group, the Book Empire Facebook group. So Dr. Jatea Wiley, you are so fly and so fierce and living your life. And oh my goodness, how has this impacted? So we talked about it, fulfillment and being a published author and doing it now and taking that instant steps and doing MyFi, because I've been teaching MyFi, massive, intense focus, massive, intentional focus, inspired action, right? We've been talking about MyFi this week. You took MyFi. Now, where are you going to go from here? What's the vision? Where do you see yourself going with this whole publishing empire? Book empire.
I really do see endless opportunities with this, because let's say I have so many different things that I'm passionate about, and you would be amazed the type of journals that people are looking for on Amazon. So get in that search window, do an incognito search window and search Amazon for different journal topics. There's so many different things I want to do after I feel like I have saturated the keto space and the social media space. I'm not a wine drinker, but my mom and my dad, they love wine. I'm allergic to it, which is why I can't have it. But they love
people
wine
are
so
very
much.
passionate. I got a wine lover in my book.
Very passionate.
Ooh, they are big on that wine.
So I already have, when I purchased the company that I purchased my interior from, they gave me extra interiors as a bonus. Wine was one of them. And I was like, oh my. Do you know how many
So you can journal? What are you journaling about the wine? The different wines you have?
The different wines you have, the different pairings. Like my mom, when she was entering into her 55th trip around the sun, she wanted to go to 55 wineries that year. So there's like actually pages you can document every winery you went to, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it, the different pairing, the different foods you might have with a specific wine, the different cheeses, the different chocolates that go with the wine. So there's pages where you can write down all of that. And wine enthusiasts, they love that. Another thing that I am passionate with, along with my family.
People are going crazy right now. The wine people are going crazy right now.
Yes.
And how many of these do they buy? And then they stack up. People buy a lot of these. They're consumable. People keep buying them.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you go to a lot of wineries, and my parents do, that is their thing. So there, of course, if my mom had this journal that only has 120 pages in it, she could probably fill that up in 6 months. So it's just thinking about what people are passionate about. There's so many different things. I feel like it's endless opportunities, endless possibilities. All of my family, everybody has an RV. We do tent camping. That's another one of those things that are really popular. People want to document all of their experiences.
Over the top. Oh, they're crazy about camping journals.
Yes. So just thinking about, and then all these different things you can do. You know how many different covers I can come up with camping and just beautiful sceneries, nature, anything in the
Fishing,
woods, fishing,
gardening,
all of that. Yeah.
all of
So,
that.
I mean, endless possibilities. So for me, it's like I don't want to bounce all over the place right now. So I'm trying to stay focused on one niche until I feel like I can easily do this like full time and just really be pushing out books, even full time on a part time level. Whenever I get to the point where I feel like, okay, I got keto down packed, I'm out of ideas, I have no more creative space about this keto. Oh, okay, let me tap into wine. Okay, let me tap into camping. Or even, I love those coloring books. Even doing different
All the coloring
interiors
books are
with the
magnificent.
coloring books. So even
I
having
have
those
coloring
interiors
books.
that are blank with just the lined paper. Or get this, you don't even need to have anything in them because sketchbooks are really popular on Amazon. So all you have to do is
That's like
design your
completely blank.
cover completely blank on the inside, blank pages, no content.
Now how can we make it any easier than that? Blank page. We can't get no easier than that.
Can't get no easier. No content, blank page.
150 blank pages. Is that
Period.
easier for you? Oh my
If
God.
that's not easy enough for you, check your pulse.
Check your pulse. Something's
Check your
going
pulse.
on.
Mm-mm.
I mean, that's the world we live in. That's the world we live in. I don't think people understand the world we live in because if it was, no one would be complaining about not having five figures every single month because you could create 5 or 6 figures a month. Technology. Technology. All it requires is some focus. And once you
Oh,
start
right
focusing
here.
on that, oh, I mean, come on now, people. It can't get no easier. You can rule the world with this.
Yes.
I think our tweeting president does. I think he rules the world with this.
No comment.
No comment? Oh, he's always fun. So anyway, he's always up to something. So anyway, how can people get a hold of you, follow you, see all your deliciousness online? I could talk to you forever. How do people get a hold of you and follow you and see you?
Well, I am under Tayabel on all platforms. So you can go to tayabel.com. That's my website. If you type in Tayabel on Facebook, my profile will pop up. I'm very Googleicious, so just type in Tayabel. If you are interested in a keto journal or seeing what that looks like, you can go to my website, ketoqueens.com, and that's queen with an S, ketoqueens.com, and there's a link right at the top of the page for your journal. So you can click on the journal and go in and look at all of the journals that I currently have out there.
Oh my goodness. And we're going to link everything up below the YouTube vid. Wow, Taya Bell. Girl, I'm going to go Tyra, since you're a model and an actress. Girl, you are next level fierce.
Oh, I love it, baby. I receive it.
I love you. Thank you, love tubers. I love you. God bless you. All our super chatters that I did not know about. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We are in the 5-day Your Book Empire, a workshop, how to create 6 figures plus. And I pray we gave you a lot of amazing content tonight. I don't want y'all to go to sleep tonight. I want y'all to stay up and put some journals up there. Come on now. And
Yes.
Amazon is cracking down, and all the platforms really are cracking down to make sure that these journals are quality. So we want to make sure that you put out quality into the world, get some nice templates, and put really beautiful quality out there. Get a couple of beautiful covers and go for it. Thank you, Taya Bell. I love you, Bell.
I love you.
See you, family. Peace.
Peace.
Okay.